Hi everybody, my name is Lauren Williams and I'm going to be presenting on the Perseus Digital Library. This is the homepage of the library. On the left we've got the Perseus news and updates. Then on the right there are links to popular texts, exhibits, and featured sites. The tabs along the top have the links to the collections and texts, the Perseus catalog, information about their current research objectives and the grants they're currently funded by, the About section, and the Help section. Then the search bar is located at the top right corner, along with a link to open the library's advanced search options, which we'll get into in a bit, but for now let's move on to the library's mission. There's not a concise mission statement stated on the site, but there is a page entirely dedicated to the library's mission, which ultimately is to make the full record of humanity as intellectually accessible as possible to every human being, regardless of linguistic or cultural background. They recognize that this is an unachievable goal, but believe they're operating toward the same idealized vision that has allowed scholars throughout history to change the world around them and carry humanity further. In their work towards this mission, they are focused on three categories of access, which are human readable information, machine actionable knowledge, and machine generated knowledge. The primary users of this digital library are humanities researchers and scholars, though the library's goal is to be accessible to everyone, everywhere. As the library's founder, Gregory Kane, puts it, access to the cultural heritage of humanity is a right, not a privilege. The primary stakeholders are the library's host organization, which is the Tufts University Department of Classical Studies, and the organizations that fund the library. The library is operated by a full-time staff who are located at Tufts, which includes Gregory Crane, who still serves as the editor-in-chief. And the library also has a list of collaborators who are located worldwide that work remotely with the library staff to help develop their various collections. They're funded by grants from both private and federal organizations, as well as generous support from a number of private individuals. And the library staff cooperates with other libraries and universities on the Open Greek and Latin Project, which is an international collaborative consortium of librarians and researchers. In terms of content, the library hosts digitized primary and secondary text sources for the study of various subjects. The primary collection contains texts in ancient Greek and Latin, as well as commentaries on many of those texts, and they have photos of coins, sculptures, vases, gems, buildings, and sites. Many of the other collections contain the same types of media. Currently, there's not a formal collection policy displayed on the site, and library staff and part-time collaborators are the only people who are able to contribute to the collections. They don't have a 5-year plan published for the library's future goals. However, they've already started working on the next version of Perseus. Currently, the site is on version 4.0, but they've already published the first phase of version 5.0. It's called the Scaife Viewer, and it's a reading environment for pre-modern text collections in both their original languages and in translation. The collections are organized by subject. So they have the primary collection, which is the Greek and Roman materials, as well as the art and archaeology artifact browser. And then there are newer collections, which include Arabic materials, Germanic materials, 19th century American sources, Renaissance materials, humanist and Renaissance Italian poetry and Latin. And they also have a collection called the Richmond Times Dispatch, which is entirely made up of digitized editions of the Richmond Times. Items in each collection are organized by author, and the metadata elements included for each item are a uniform resource number, group name, label, description, and language. The library utilizes multiple different search tools. The collection search is the main search tool and is the broadest, most encompassing search. Other tools include the English to language lookup, which searches the English definitions of words in other languages, the dictionary entry lookup, which searches through entries in language-specific dictionaries, the art and archaeology search, which searches the artifact collections and/or image captions, the named entity search, which finds named entities identified within the collection, such as places, people, and dates, the word study tool, which analyzes the morphology of inflected word forms, and the vocabulary tool, which produces a vocabulary list for a text or set of texts. The library's Help tab has links to their Quick Start Guide, FAQ, and a few help guides to assist with viewing text, using the search features, and using the vocabulary tool. The library has been criticized in the past as being unintuitive for first-time users, but these help guides are a great way for people to familiarize themselves with all of the features that are offered. There is also the option to email the webmaster with questions on using the site if additional assistance is needed. And some related links are to the Scape Viewer, which is phase 1 of Perseus 5.0, then a list of Perseus publications, and then also a list to a recent article written by Gregory Crane about the future of digital libraries. Thank you all for watching, and please let me know if you have any questions.